we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book 91. Yes, Little Black Book, you know what time it is. Listen, we're talking to you guys about Twitch. It's crazy. I had a dream about Twitch a couple of months ago, so I didn't really follow his story, but this particular story has got legs to it. Now, of course, you just watched a video of her talking about finding some stuff in the closet. She apparently found some drugs in his closet, which seems to differ from the original story from when he passed originally, but that's for another video we'll do another time. Right now, I want to focus on the fact that actually this young lady here, Allison, who is the wife of Twitch, or sorry, I should say the late widow of Twitch, she has been exposed by Twitch's friends. Yes, two close friends actually on their Instagrams today actually posted up a particular post on their page talking about how they felt about Allison and her behavior, calling it her being a narcissist, saying that she's money grabbing, that she is being deceitful, and that she's not being truthful. Hey, it's not easy. These situations are kind of crazy. And I'd say this was crazy because what is your truth versus what is being salacious? For instance, is Allison, the late wife of Twitch, being salacious when she shares some private information about her relationship with Twitch and maybe some of the struggles that he has gone through? Or is it her just sharing her truth of what she wasn't aware of and what she didn't know of and what she was angry about in that relationship? Now, there's a balancing act that has to come into this particular position, right? Because there were some things that were shared that were in his diary, which are personal to him. At that point, we do have to ask a very serious question as to what is the motive behind why you're sharing some of this private, more personal things, which a dead man, unfortunately, rest in peace, has written in his time of living, you know? And so I wanted to discuss that a little bit today, but first I'm going to break down what the friends had said. This is on one of the friends of Twitch, Manny Cross, Emmanuel Hurd, I believe it is. He drops a big clanger on his Instagram post talking about his thoughts towards Allison, the late wife of Twitch. Now, you have to understand that when people are grieving, of course, it's 2 years now, but still, when people are grieving, you know, we have certain thought processes. But irrespective of that, you know, when you look at this particular breakdown by Emmanuel Hurd, it's quite damning and quite heavy to accuse someone of some of the things that he accused her of. So let's break some of this stuff down. But before we do, make sure you guys are liking, you're sharing, and you are subscribing to the channel as well. We like to break things down and explain oftentimes the why of the situation. Okay, let's get into this as to why the friends decided to come at Twitch's late wife. Manny Cross says, if you love Twitch, screenshot this and post it on your page, your story, everywhere. This ends today. Dear Allison, you've lied for the last time on my brother. He was absolutely no addict. You will say and do anything for $1. An addict? You're the one that was messing with the coke, Molly, and X. I have all the proof. Play with somebody safe. Country boy right here. I don't give a F. Every person who knew him knows you're lying and have been doing dirty crap for a long time. Should I post our last conversation? Try me. You have no idea what I have to post. Here's a few questions I have for you. Why would you make his mom sign an NDA to see her son's body? Why did his closest friends and family have to sign an NDA to attend his funeral? Why did you lie at the funeral about how every day was magical? It wasn't. He told me everything. You had to try. I'm gonna try and pull this down a little bit. You're gonna see. Okay. It says you had to try and demonize Nelson, and now I see why. You demonize anyone in his life that found out the truth about you. You will say his friends aren't his friends. You will discredit anyone that knows the truth. You're a toxic woman, and I truly believe he would still be alive had he not been married to you. My only regret is telling him to work on it with you for the sake of the kids. When he talked to me about leaving you, I just didn't know the full truth. Just like everyone that supports you, we were both in the same situation. Married to toxic narcissists that loved black men as a fetish that will lie and cry wolf and twist narratives and so-called evidence to be a victim and make $1. We didn't have our dads the way we wanted, so we persevered through the ball to be the best fathers. Wow, this is crazy. Today is the last day you do this. I was contacted about a TV show last year, and after sending their condolences about me losing Stefan, guess what the producers said about you? The same thing all of them say about you. You're a money-hungry, lying narcissist that will play victim and say anything for $1. Now, this is a very damning and a very big statement to make from the friend of Twitch. Is a very, very heavy accusation to make against a late wife. And the fact that he's made it on his post has some gravity, adds gravity to it because it's public. It's not something he's made off cuff and someone's kind of wrote it up. This is something that he's put on his own page. Wow. Now, that wasn't the only one, because another friend also spoke out, as obviously Allison did her interview. Now, we also got another post by Courtney Ann Platt, who was another friend of Twitch, who danced with him, I believe, if I'm correct. And she posted up on her page as well. And she put this, as she had to respond to Allison's latest interview, and said, anyone who knows me knows I go straight to the source during a conflict and handle my business. But since there's clearly no shame in being so public, I haven't said a word in 2 years, but here I go. I was there the moment you both connected. I was there the day you got engaged. I stood by your side on the wedding day, and I was in your home the day he died. I was by your side because your husband was my family. It didn't matter how often we spoke, how often we saw each other. We were bonded, IVE, bonded IV ever. This is by far the most tacky, classless, opportunist act I have ever seen in my entire life. We all had to sign some weird NDA to attend his funeral. Even his own mother, who treated like garbage his entire time. And let's just remember, you wouldn't even have a husband if it wasn't for her. Not to share anything or ruin his name as if this was on anyone's mind in the first place. And here you go and write a book with all the dirty laundry, smearing his name, and attempted to dim the bright, loyal, loving light that was your husband, my friend. Whether any of it is true or not is actually beside the point. This is how you protect the boss's name you so quickly dropped on your social media 48 hours after he passed. His legacy. This is how you protect his children from any further humiliation and hurt. This is what you want them to remember about him. You've moved on. You're living your life. You're on every carpet you can get on, every celebrity row you can sit in, every magazine you can be in, and you needed to do this. Get a journal, a therapist, a friend, but publishing a book, shamelessly sharing the pages of your husband's journal. People's Magazine, what a joke. Yes, he took his own life, which is a fact all of us still can't fathom. And he's clearly having mental health issues, hurting so deeply. And this is your example of empathy, of your love. This smear campaign for a buck is absolutely not what he would have ever wanted. No matter how bad he was hurting, not for a second. You're a living, breathing bulldozer. Stick to your own demons. Shame on you, Allison. Shame on your money-hungry team. Let my friend rest in peace, not your PR. Wow. Very damning, very heavy, very big words from another friend of Twitch. Now, they're both saying very similar things about Allison. Now, am I saying I'm choosing a side here? No. And like I said, I understand that she may have to tell her truth. But the reality of the situation is, if you happen to reveal truth from his journal and publish it to the audience, put it in a book, then it gives salaciousness. But it also is a breach of the confidence and the safety, emotional safe space that you were supposed to be for your partner. It lets us believe that if you could do this when he was dead, what were you doing when he was alive? This is not an active crime he's committed or done something against you or hidden things against you. This is you going behind the back of your late husband, taking his privacy and bringing it to the public, and potentially also lying about the drug allegations or drug addiction that he had. Well, listen, I don't want to dwell on this much longer, but I do believe that we'll do a second video about this. What I will say about Allison, and the conclusion is that people who are narcissists, I'm not saying she is one, I don't like that word labeled to people, their whole entire pros is to tarnish the other person in order to look better. It is to destroy you and your image in order for them to be better. That you are their supply source. And now that supply source is gone, does it give more credence to the fact that Allison said this very interesting line that I was listening to her? And I get it, because of course, when you are grieving, you go through an angry stage, right? But it could give more credence to this particular aspect that I was watching with Allison.
Himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known. I have been trying to release all this anger this whole time, and I thought for a moment I had. I thought if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I thought I'd released all the anger out.
Now, of course, when you go through grief, there's a stage of anger also, which people go through as well. But is that anger that she's talking about, that she's actually angry at him for passing, for being her supply source? Maybe, because if you're a narcissist, that's what you're going to be angry about. The fact that you've been left, discarded, or the person who you had control over, you no longer have control over, right? Even in death. But again, I don't want to choose a side because, again, I don't know enough of the details to. But what we can say is, if we do find out that the original story she was telling at the very beginning was not that he was an addict, and now suddenly coming out of the blue, telling a story in the People's Magazine that he was an addict, and we get the toxology report, and it proves that he wasn't an addict, then we'll have to look at her in a very different way. For now, I'm going to hold some grace and space for her, but I'm not going to forget what the friends have said. There may be some credence to what they've said and what they've told about Allison. They say there's no smoke without some fire. Well, in this case, the smoke seems to be billowing quite well within this frequency and the space of this particular story. Well, guys, I got to go. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you believe that Allison is a narcissist and a liar, and somebody who would tarnish her late husband's reputation for her own self-gain? Let me know. Maybe you think that this is just a grieving woman's story. Comment down below, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you soon.